Hello, guys. So, just wanted to share a little bit about my own methods that I follow, which is it's not really a method, it's just what makes sense for me and what I've been doing, and it worked for me. And then whenever I started to follow other people's let's say method, because I kind of wanted to see if it would help me get stronger faster and improve my technique. And I realized that I was actually doing the right thing, and what I was doing was working for me. And all of these extra things that I decided to try didn't really work for me. Maybe it worked for them, but it didn't make sense for me. So I'm now back doing my own type of training and things that are important to me. So I'll explain. So when it comes to training, the thing that is most important to me is to have a strong core. Okay, being connected to my core engaging, stabilizing, and having a strong core. Okay, that being said, I need to give extra attention to my core. I will exercise my core every single day until I get to that point that anything that I do, I can engage my core. Even if I'm running, jumping, squatting, deadlifting, pulling up, whatever I'm doing, I can feel my core already engaging, stabilizing, and really working in anything. But until you get to that point where you can feel your core in everything that you do, you need to work your core separately. Okay, and with that mindset, it comes with that principle. Let's say it works for everything. When it comes to glutes, hamstrings, calves, quads, even your feet muscles, you need to do specific things, isolation stuff as well, and you might have to do it every single day until it connects with your nervous system. Let's call it like that. It connects with your mind. And then once everything is working together, all the muscles are working synergistically, let's say like that. It's actually called reciprocal inhibition. Okay, so whenever you're working your quads, the hamstrings will work in an opposite way to allow the quads to contract, so then the hamstring will relax. When the quad relax, then the hamstrings will contract, so they work together, kind of like that. But the rest of the body is also doing something as well to stabilize, to balance. So it's amazing how whenever all the muscles of our bodies are awake, are working. When I say awake, it means are activated, are working, and everything is working together. Some muscles of our bodies will doing the contraction and relaxation, others will be stabilizing. Okay, so but to get to that stage, we really need to connect with our bodies, with our muscles. So the mind and muscle connection, connecting with our breath. Okay, the breath is another really, really, really important thing, because even when you're doing something like squats, if you're breathing properly, okay, you will be able to do more reps. Okay, and even if it's heavy, but if you are able to stabilize your core and breathe properly, you will be able to perform better. Okay, so for me, whenever I started to doing squats, I always worked for high reps. Okay, I like to do high reps because I like endurance training. Okay, and I've noticed that I would get really out of breath after 15 reps, especially if it's heavy. But once I started to do also on the side cardio, and I started to get stronger and stronger and stronger, and I was really able to control my breathing with my movement. So when I was going down and up, my breathing would follow also my movement, became like a one thing, and then it would flow. it's amazing. I just don't know how to explain, but whenever you're really present on your training and you are really, okay, let's talk about we are really breathing properly, every muscles of our bodies are working properly. It's magical. Okay, it's magical because then you can do lots of reps even if it's heavy, because you have the cardiovascular endurance, you have the muscle endurance. So it's not only about strength. Okay, for strength you can go like, let's say, 5 reps, 8 reps, really heavy. It doesn't you don't have to have a big endurance for it. Okay, but it is important for our muscle longevity, and we keep our muscle to develop muscle endurance. Okay, not only strength is good, but we need to develop muscle endurance as well. And when we develop also muscle endurance, it will be really good also when we decide to run for endurance as well, because they also go together. And then you do things like jumping. I love to jump. Okay, at the moment my jump technique, it's not quite there, but it will get better again. I just need to, again, strengthen my core, strengthen everything. I really messed up trying to do many of the things people were advising, paying attention to what many people were doing instead of keep focusing on what I was doing, because it was actually working. What I was doing was actually working. Let me see what time. I need to go to work soon. So that being said, hopefully this will be my last video just here sitting and talking about training. I want to my next videos to be me doing the stuff, doing my own training, my own method. So the philosophy that I go when it comes to training is having a beautiful aesthetics, but then being able to perform. So I love to do stair sprints, hill sprints, sprints on flat surface, endurance running. But I think my max, the average that I like to do is 5K. I will eventually do, I want to eventually be able to do 10K once a week. I want to get to that point. And I want to eventually do a half marathon and then a full marathon. But a half marathon, I will maybe do something kind of like every 3 months, and maybe a marathon a year. Okay, because those are not really my goal, but I want to be able to do it, and I want to be able to do it like comfortably, where it's just easy for me to do it. Okay, because I think it's amazing that a human can do a full marathon. I think everybody should strive to be able to do a marathon, but running from beginning to end. Of course, it doesn't have to be on your first marathon you are able to run the full marathon completely, but I think it's a good goal to have, being able to do a full marathon. Because when I think about triathlon people, they swim, they bike, and then they do a full marathon. It is amazing. I think it's amazing. I wish to be able to do that one day, but at the moment I'm not that ambitious. What I'm focusing on is the things that I need to focus on right now, which is strengthening my core, strengthen my whole body again, be able to do the things that I was able to do at some point, get back to all those things, and then I will eventually work towards half marathon, full marathon, and maybe, who knows, a triathlon, because it would be really amazing to be able to do a triathlon. I would feel amazing to do or is it Ironman that is a full marathon? I think it's an Ironman. I don't know, but I think I would love to do something like that. But the thing also that is important to me is still maintaining my aesthetic, okay? That beautiful body that I envision, be able to have that. Also, one thing that is important to me, flexibility, okay, mobility. I love to do yoga. Yoga really relax me, relax my mind. I want to go back at doing yoga. And I want to be able to do it every single day before I take a shower and have dinner. I want to make it really part of my life. And then there's other things that eventually I want to do, but I'm not going to say it here because there's no point. Eventually, when I start doing them, you will see it here. But I'm really into fitness. I'm really into to focus on myself, to focus on my breath, focus on my body, focus on my growth. And then when it comes to nutrition, for me, nutrition it's not complicated. It's easy. It's carbs, protein, fats, drinking plenty of water. You need to know your macros according to your type of exercise. Me, considering that I like to run, I like to jump, I like endurance training. Of course, I'm able to eat more carbs, okay, but I still need to have a high intake of protein. Especially if whenever I'm going for hypertrophy and I'm having a lot of muscle damage, I really need to keep my protein high. I know there's a lot of controversy about you need protein, you don't need protein, the amount of protein you need. Guys, our mind, it's whatever we believe, it goes with it, okay? So if you believe, it's kind of like the placebo effect. If you believe you need a liter of protein and you're doing the work and you're doing a specific diet and it's working for you, just go with it, okay? Go with what you tried and you were able to prove it to yourself, okay? Or if you see people doing stuff and it worked for them and you want to try, go ahead, try. And if it works, it works. I just think it's a waste of time being here arguing what you need and what you don't need, what works, what it doesn't work, what is true, what is not true. Try for yourself, okay? For me, when it comes also to what is sustainable, what I like to do, what works, what makes my life easier, is to have good intake of protein and a good intake of carbs, some fat. For me, fat is the easiest thing to introduce on my nutrition. And the water intake for me is also needs to be, I need to drink at least 2 liters of water, at least, or more. It then depends on the activity of the day, temperature of the day. And one more thing, when it comes to your training, you really need to make time for a proper warm-up, okay? Some people don't need a warm-up because they already, I don't know, they develop a habit of the body being ready. I don't know what they did, but I would advise a warm-up. I feel like I need a warm-up, especially living in a cold place. I feel cold. I feel like I'm tight in myself. So a warm-up really helps me. And the stretching, I really feel like I need to stretch when I start to develop more muscle mass, where my body starts to become stiff. If I don't have that dense muscle mass, I don't feel so much the need to stretch, okay? So the stretch, it's something that it's very, do what works for you, okay? But if you're feeling stiff, you don't have range of motion, you probably need to stretch. But like I said, for me, I noticed that I really needed to stretch once I started to gain more muscle mass, okay? I think I've said everything. Sleep. You need to sleep really well to be able to recover properly. And the cardio is one thing also that really helps when you're training for hypertrophy and you are sore the next days. If you do your cardio, you are actually helping to bring blood circulation on the body, and that blood circulation on the body actually help you heal faster. If you're sore and you stop moving, it will actually take you longer to recover. If you notice, when you sit for a while and then you start to do something, you are really sore. But if you keep being active, you are actually speeding up the recovery. That worked for me. And when it comes to sports, doing things, I don't follow a specific training. Let's say, oh, you are into bodybuilding, you are into strength training, you are into strongman, you are into, I'm not into anything specific. I like I say, I like to run, I like to sprint, I like to jump, I like to, whenever I'm ready, lift heavier, keep lifting heavier and keep lifting heavier. So strength training, of course. I like to do strength and conditioning. There will come a point when I will be able to do proper strength and conditioning. And then I see CrossFit, IROX, all of them as a strength and conditioning type of training. I'm curious about them, but I'm not into them. So I could do them for fun, but just for fun, one or twice. But my thing would be more strength and conditioning, and then pair that with yoga, mobility. Also, I would see jiu-jitsu type of stuff and and bring it into my mobility, capoeira type of training, bring it into my mobility, some movements bringing into my mobility. And then things also that if I have the time, I will try would be handstands, calisthenics. Calisthenics is part of my upper body. Okay, when it comes to my upper body, I like calisthenics, shoulder press, bench press. What else? Those are the main ones. But then deadlifts, I see it as a full body thing. Clean and press, also a full body thing. Those are the main things. Then I like functional training, like the rope, farmers carriers, anything with the ball, throwing the ball, prowler, lift tire flips. I like those as well. Anything related to functional training, I love it. So like I said, there's not a specific thing that I say, what type of training you do? I do this. No, I do everything that will help me get stronger, faster, more explosive, a more aesthetic body. So I will try all of them. But like I said, I pair that with warm up, mobility, yoga, which I haven't been doing lately, but eventually I will start doing. And my nutrition, I take it also serious, water and sleep. Okay, that's basically it. And now, just so you are aware, I'm a solo parent. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 20, my middle one is 14, my youngest is 11. I work part-time for a company in a gym. I do cleaning. That's where my money comes from to pay the bills and everything. And then whenever I'm not taking care of the kids, the house, and working, then I make time to exercise, clean, cook, shop, and now I'm getting really better in managing my time, so I'm not wasting my time watching pointless things on social media. And whenever I done all my responsibilities, I like to watch Netflix movies, some reality stuff. And then when it comes to spirituality, there are some people that I followed a while ago, but I've seen many of their videos, which was Osho, Eckhart Tolle. Those were the main ones, because I really liked, what they had to say was in tune with me, made sense, everything they were saying. Alan Watts also, those 3, Eckhart Tolle, Osho, and Alan Watts. When it comes to spirituality, those were the ones that were aligned with me. But nowadays I try to practice my own spirituality, let's say like that. And I think I've said everything basically about where I am, what I'm doing, when it comes to my training, what I focus on. And from this moving forward, I will have videos about me doing stuff, not talking, because like talking is easy, just sitting here and talking. That's easy. The real thing is actually implementing everything every single day. Wake up, focus, do everything you need to do, and then get stronger and stronger and stronger. I will finish this video by saying to pay attention. There are a lot of people that they watch their method as a dogma, and this is the way you should do it, this is the way you should eat, and then this is what you should buy, this is what you should drink, this is what you should take. It's not really like that, okay? Many people are selling stuff, selling their training programs, selling their products, and they will say what they have to say to, of course, support their business, okay? So be mindful of that. And I'm saying that because I just want you to keep your mind open to learn from everybody and then try things for yourself and not fall into dogmas, okay? This is what it is. No, you can learn from everybody. You can learn from multiple things and then put things together and make your own practice. And when it comes to also nutrition, you need to learn by doing it, by trying things up and see how it affects your body, and then see what works and what doesn't work, and then you can retweak them, small, like a little bit until you find that key for you, okay? So don't fall into dogmas, and be aware of not falling into marketing as well, okay? Be aware, be awake, okay? Be alive and think and try things and observe things, okay? That being said, my next videos, I will share more of what I've been doing. And I will not share about my kids, about my personal life, because it doesn't matter, okay? All that matters, yes, I am a mother, I'm a parent. I take me being a mother really serious, okay? I'm very organized when it comes to our routine, our structure of our day. I try to be as present as possible, okay? Being here in the morning before they go to school, and then after they finish school, I want to be home, making sure, being present, make sure that they are eating, doing their self-care, doing all their responsibilities. They do football, they train with me. I will try from time to time, even if it's no, I'm not doing that. Let me not promise anything. But if eventually I decide to share something with my kids, you will eventually see it. But yes, so you know, I'm not just training. There are other things going on in my life, and that was literally a little bit about me in 20 minutes, 23 minutes. Bye bye.